What's up, guys? Ivan here. In this video, we're going to be talking about ORM SEO YouTube playlist ranking. So, kind of an unusual thing, but I have a small case study here to show you guys with my web share proxy review playlist. And then you'll be able to see why this is such a crazy method. This is one of my favorite methods right now for ranking things anywhere, period. It's probably the easiest way to rank something with power and without really very much web infrastructure. So check this out. So a few months back, I made this playlist because I use web share proxies for my B2B list scraping service. And I made a whole bunch of videos comparing web share versus a bunch of competitor proxy companies, and I have an affiliate link. So the idea was to be able to compare the features on paper and then place the affiliate link in the description and just kind of see how it did. It is multifaceted case study to test to see if any sales could be made, and if any rankings could be achieved, how much traffic could be achieved, and so on and so forth. And so far, excuse me, I think there's 19 videos. Yeah, there's 19 videos total in the playlist. I could have done 2 or 3 times that, maybe even more than that. And excuse me, it took me a few hours to do all these videos, and so I could have done a lot more, but I was tired, and then I also was like, well, I'm probably going to annoy my subscribers by blasting 20 videos at a time of just like proxy reviews, and so I kind of chilled out on that and I let it sit. And over time, a lot of these, like each of these has acquired, 100 views or a couple hundred views or even more than that in some cases, a piece. So there's definitely thousands of views. Some of them have obtained, maybe quite a bit more views than that. And so just from a content standpoint, just by, including the brand name and there's not being there not being a whole lot of content out there when you talk about any given service or product. It's been great for traffic, so just from the standpoint of video asset, the traffic has been great because you can achieve a easy ranking like that. You're gonna be able to get traffic on repeat, and I kind of value that more than necessarily building a follower base. Not to sound rude by any means, but it just you know traffic on the faucet is going to bring more followers over time, right? So, and I think in that period, I saw an increase of maybe 200 subscribers. So it not that that's a huge amount, but it's a surprising amount for literally just like an afternoon of work on videos and just purely SEO focused labor where it's just all about what's in the title. And then just look at that, just several minutes of content a piece. So pretty awesome little case study just from that standpoint. And what surprised me when I was particularly looking at bumping this main video up, excuse me, because I saw it ranking for some things in Google. And I thought, this might be something viable to rank for some significant, proxy terms. And in the midst of that, I accidentally stumbled onto video snippet rankings and independent rankings for some of these specific videos. And then also, what really surprised me was rankings for the playlist URL, because it just never occurred to me. Like if you look at the meta title, it actually shows you the playlist meta title in the metadata on the tab. And I've changed this title twice. Before it was called Web Share versus the World, and then I changed it to this with comparisons. And then before I did this video, I just now changed it to reviews. I don't know why I didn't use that before. And it has you can do some descriptive text here, but it doesn't hyperlink your link. So that's kind of a downside, but it's still something people could click on. In any case, there's also the ability to embed that playlist. So it's great to embed just a whole playlist on a page. And in that way, you can kind of syndicate juice to this link, with embeds and also with just the link and just by building juice to the link, then it seems to subsequently provide authority to everything on the list. So recently they changed this so that you can add collaborators. There's other playlist settings. Let's see what this is. Add new videos to the top, set as an official series for this playlist. So I'm not sure how that works. So they recently changed this section here. I saw not too long ago to improve it a little bit. But what just really surprises me is that the playlist ranks so well in Google compared to all the other properties. Like, I can't go into the depth of the examinations that I did, but the summary is that I actually looked at regular video URLs. I looked at YouTube Shorts. Excuse me. And what surprised me is YouTube Shorts have metadata, but they do not rank in the regular Google Web Index. So at least from what I saw not too long ago, I put into SE ranking here. I put in a Shorts, URL just to kind of see if it could detect rankings in Google on the Shorts, and it didn't come up with anything. I think it came up with like 3 things or maybe nothing, and it was very scarce. So I was really surprised that Shorts didn't rank, but it kind of makes sense. It's more of an internal ranking process, right? But what did seem to rank is if you take this prefix here for playlists and you open up a tab for competitive search and you drop this thing in here. So if we did URL, let's see, .com / URL. So this should work. Let's see. Might have to do another variation. 2,000 keywords. Let's see here. That might not be what I looked at before. Or it might just be a really low number. It might be another variation. Let's try this one. No, it can't be that. That's domain only. So I'm pretty sure it was this. And then let's see. How is it structured? Question mark list equals. Okay, so in any case, it should show up properly for that. But I was looking at, you can also do like a phrase match. So if you do it like this with quotes, then you can see there's a variety of playlists that do get indexed, and they do rank. So if you were to compare rankings across different video types, shorts, regular videos, playlists, based on the research I did before, playlists actually rank a lot more strongly in the regular web index. So it varies, of course. You'll see regular videos ranking. You'll see, obviously, the videos rank better in the video section. But based on what I've been seeing, there are rankings for video snippets, and there are rankings oftentimes for playlists. And so I had some rankings I was looking at that really surprised me over here. Right now it shows 3 rankings. SE ranking's not the best in terms of like the database it has of these kinds of rankings, so mind you. But earlier when I was looking at this like a week ago or something, the playlist was ranking for this keyword, web share proxy review, and I was really surprised by that. That's what caught my attention. And then when I changed the title, it de-indexed that ranking. But if you take a look at, if I put in the playlist name, it says it returns 0. If I put in the playlist URL, I mean, it returns 0 results, but look, it still indexes as the old name. So the web index obviously is much slower to update. So I think eventually it will be updated, and then it'll adjust its rankings, and I think the rankings will improve. But what's crazy about this is you can build links to this URL, and I think it has benefits to that SERP and also to these. And I have been noticing, like, because I built some links like a month ago or something, and I have been noticing subsequently rankings that have been improving for some of these videos. Like, pardon me. So in this web share review page for example, it has a video snippet, and then you can see like 3 of my videos are right there in that snippet. And that's really kind of like it's closer to a view of the video index, but it's not exactly the same. I've tested it in other uh, cases, and you can see, like, look at this. You see how it's got my brand right here, and then these are my old brands. So what's interesting is, and I wouldn't be able to tell that except from this week, because in the last few days I changed my brand name from Business Marketing Strategies to Ivan SEO. So even these metadata on the snippet are not up to date. So this one is new, this one is up to date, and these are not up to date. So the regular web index, it handles the schema very differently, you know. Give me one second. My video brightness is really blaring. So yeah, it's pretty interesting stuff. And some of the rich snippets, they actually have a URL associated with them. This one I don't think does. No. But like rich snippets, like I've seen some that have a URL, so technically you can build links to some of those image snippets. And it obviously varies every time. If we scroll down here, Google started doing this perpetual. They started not even listing the page numbers here, at least in this browser view that I was looking at. So there's related searches, and then it just goes right to page 2. And there was something I saw. I don't see it now. I guess I was looking at this in this tab and just thinking that was interesting. Over here is the video index. You can see there's a ton of these videos that are ranking in the regular web index, and you can see the stamp on them. I don't know if that's when they indexed or if that's just when they were published. But and this one's not up to date. I just changed the name on this one like a week or two ago, and so this one's not up to date. Oh, but that's a syndication. I see. Somebody has embedded that there. So, uh, and I'm covering a lot of different things here, so hopefully it's not too difficult to follow. But there's just multiple benefits to, in the past videos I've warned against doing brand names, because you got to be careful how you do that. But with reviews, it's actually, as long as you're doing a legit review, I mean, it's a really great way to get easy rankings with videos. And then on top of that, there's the playlist, and that's really what I wanted to highlight, because if you create all these digital assets, these video reviews, then you can roll them up into the playlist, and then you can just build links to the playlist. And ultimately, the playlist, it looks kind of like this, except it's well, I guess this would be exactly kind of what it looks like here. It's not exactly the same as the rich snippet. It's more of a feed, and it looks like it's more up to date. No, that one's not. That one's not updated. That one is. That one's not updated. So he said the regular web index, it's all over the place, right? And the name is obviously not updated. It's interesting because the property is updated inside more than the title is. So it might be that once you set the name of the playlist and once it indexes, that maybe it doesn't ever change. I don't know, but I'm assuming that it would. It just takes time. So we'll just have to see what happens over time with the playlist. But the exciting thing is, because it has its own URL, pardon me, you can push that thing up pretty well, because Google really likes to rank those rich snippets and those video playlists. Like it doesn't usually rank independent videos as easily in the web index. You can see here that for web share, let's see, for web share review, it ranks the video snippet. For web share IPv4, it ranks all these independent videos that have IPv4 in the title. Like, look at all this. They're all on that page there, or a number of them are. It looks like 3 on the first page, 3 on the second page. So at some point, it's going to consume that real estate. And so, yeah, like you get this description, and you can put some information in there, but it takes up a lot of space. And then each video, you get a description. Each video has links and conversion mechanisms. So really, a lot of the, what's the easiest way to make money, online? Like, a lot of people say that it's affiliate marketing. I think it's kind of like between gigging and affiliate marketing, like whatever's really simplest, and you could very much argue that this might be the easiest way to do things because it's really easy to do a video. Excuse me. And then if it's thematic, if it's topical, then you can just roll up a bunch of them into the playlist, and then you can just build links to the playlist. So you have like the playlist, and you can have an unlimited number of playlists in a channel. So it's a little bit different, and it can have collaborators. And this is an interesting idea. You don't necessarily have to own those videos. If you have something topical, pardon me, you can just roll them up into your playlist, and then you can still just build links to the playlist, and you can still have conversion mechanisms on the playlist itself. Or something you could also do is make sure that you own the first video, and that you do all the conversion mechanisms and the links and things on the playlist description and on the first video, and then you could just curate all the other content. You see what I'm saying? Like, you don't necessarily have to even do all the other content or own all the other content. Like, if you just want to get that first, if you want to just, get that first foot in the door content, uh, and then just aggregate the rest. Like, that's an interesting idea, and definitely from a reputation management standpoint, it's pretty attractive because it takes up a lot of real estate on a brand name. Pardon me. And then if you're shrewd with all the other videos, there's maybe potential for ranking there. But yeah, pretty exciting method. And, it's a Google property, so you don't really have to be so careful in terms of like how you build links. So anyways, that's pretty much it. It's a pretty cool idea. I definitely look forward to doing some other tests, finding some other, like affiliate opportunities, and some creative ways to use playlists because they're so fast and so easy to do, and they index and rank way more quickly, especially inside YouTube. I haven't even talked about that. In YouTube, pardon me, you can make a playlist, and in seconds it will index and rank for whatever you put into that meta title. Like I was making a playlist on another channel the other day, and I was trying to add videos within it was like under 60 seconds. And I looked back at I refreshed the page to look at the video order and to rearrange something or whatever. And the playlist already it showed some section. I think they changed it earlier, but it showed that the playlist had 16 views. And I don't know if they changed it or if it only shows if under certain conditions where you have the data filled out in some such way, or I might have been thinking of like that first video that I added, and then I don't know, but I was really surprised to see. I saw something that said it had 16 views, and I was like, wow, that's it's already got like a dozen views. It's only been a few seconds, So, anyways, that's pretty much it. If you do any case studies yourself, comment below, and we'll have to see what I can figure out. This might be my go-to method because it's so much easier to rank these kinds of properties than anything else. You get multiple levels of rankings. You can rank in YouTube really fast. You can rank in Google and build links to those Google properties in a pretty strong way. So that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys later. Bye bye.